Hey guys, what's going on? Tudagamon here. In this video I'm going to benchmark Shadow Warrior 2 on a single GTX 970. This is a digital recording as always, so what you will see in this video will be pure performance. I'm using my old trusty Core i5 2500. It is overclocked to 4.8 GHz. It needs some load to go there. There we are. It has 16 gigabytes of memory, and the graphics card is a single GTX 970, a Gigabyte G1 model, latest Forceware, and it is also overclocked, so it will boost to 1.5 GHz. We will see that at the end of the video in MSI Afterburner. I'm going to use Fraps to benchmark a custom gameplay session, and we will see the result in this file after the benchmark is finished, and I will do an analysis of the frame times with frame latency analyzer. So this is all. Let me launch a game. Okay, let's see the options first. I'm using 1080p resolution and the ultra preset. That's basically it. I'm not using the NVIDIA multi-res setting because I'm going to test some AMD cards, so I don't need that. And let me load my benchmark location.
Hold yourself together, man.
Same location all the time.
Oh, yeah! Hey, watch it! Nothing like a fresh clip.
Well, good morning, Starshine. And good night.
Small, but efficient.
Looks like this isn't your year. Mess with the bull, you get the way.
Okay, we have enough benchmarking data. Let's see what the performance result was. So we have an average of 82.4.5 frames per second. Very decent benchmark result. The CPU usage was quite high. Let's see that clearly in MSI Afterburner. We have very good frame rate, but the frame times, as you can see, are not so good. They should be below 16 milliseconds for this kind of frame rate. There is something weird going on with this game. The GPU usage is almost maxed out. I don't think we see a CPU limit here. Maybe it is a peculiarity of the game engine. Maybe it needs a patch or a new driver, I don't know. CPU temps are okay. CPU usage is decent, quite high. 5 GB of system RAM used. The power of the card at 85%, 80 to 85. (1.5 GHz for the core clock). (3.3 GB of video RAM). GPU temps are also okay. Now let's go to the interesting part of this video. Let's see what the frame rate analyzer will show us, because as you saw, the frame times were not very good. Yes, unfortunately, as you can see here, according to the frame latency analyzer, the actual frame rate was more like 52-53 frames per second and not 83 as the benchmark result gave us. The reason is here. We have a huge amount of stuttering. This is the first time I'm seeing the 970 produce this kind of frame time stuttering. I'm not sure what's going on here. It's more than likely that the game will need a patch or some new driver or something like that. Average frame times at 12.12 milliseconds, but the real frame times were at 19 milliseconds on average. Very bad frame times in this game, and as you can see, the frame rate is way above 60 frames per second, close to 80 indeed, so the frame times should be around 10 milliseconds, not 20. There is something making a huge impact on the frame times, and we can see that clearly here. A lot of frame time variation. Some frame times are very low, some are very high, and this goes constantly every other frame. I'm not sure what is going on here. The game is playable, of course. It's not terrible, but you would expect something smoother from the GTX 970, especially with this kind of frame rate. And we can see here that for the 16.7 milliseconds, which is the frame time required for 60 frames per second, we do have quite a lot of frame times that are above this threshold. Most of them, of course, are below, but we do have a lot of frame times, a lot of frames that are delayed for some reason. Maybe I will have to revisit this game at some point. Of course, you don't have a real problem playing it. It is quite smooth and it is quite playable, but there is some fine tuning needed yet. In any case, this is the end of this benchmark, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Αχι ρε, πώς